already there's some commotion down in the water as Chiron comes sprinting in, but Body lives up to his name and pummels him.
And he's playing around the pillar right now, and he's waiting for his teammates to show up behind. So well played. And unfortunately, on the side of BetBoom, it's spelling out demise. Only Siren and Nafani remain. Between the two of them, they have a Julie. Or a pair of Julies. And Siren goes in, but he's going to get plucked out from QB. All going to be fnatic aggression. Zorti shuts it down, and some solid counter frags tossed in as well. It's going to stop the T's from fully submerging the site. A good trade for BetBoom.
An opening pick that massively slows down the ebb and flow for fnatic. And look at this setup as well. 2-player boost on the back of the bomb site. 3 CTs honed in position to defend towards B. Issue is the angles don't work well for the peak on connector, and they double up for 2. Body
Gonna try and put it to use. Chaos, carnage in amongst the smoke, but it's gonna be going the way of the CTs for the time being. But down goes Siren. Now Zorti has to pull off a masterful hold.
only good for the first. The rest of the dominoes begin to fall, Vince, and the Orpa cannot save them from the grave. Grave mistakes, though, as it all goes wrong. fnatic.
BetBoom deserve to just bow out of this game. Like, you've got to take some initiative now, and that's exactly what Siren's gone for. Fast, aggressive peak shuts down Crims.
And suddenly fnatic going from feeling untouchable, feeling like they can take all the time in the world to set up these plays, realize it's not that easy anymore. Now they're not holding, they're fighting. They're taking the peaks to you. Zorte, though, he can lie in wait. Strikes, and this time he's spot on with the scope as Matties is slain. Afro watching and holding through camera, expecting the rotate out for the CTs on a bomb site. You've got a lot of map control towards middle, sure, but where do you go from this? That's the big question. It's all about the game plan. You've got to fight for this now. Utility used to try and force them off the angles. Meanwhile, timing on this as Nafany's rotating. He's going to be caught between a bit of a rough spot here, Vince, as they group up and set their focus on going through Temple and back towards the bomb site. They wanted to face both angles at the same time, but they give themselves up for free.
Ooh, nice flick from Afro, though. A round win by itself, not necessarily required to have reverberating consequences, but keeping
on the connector player, but couldn't get it. Okay, fast play called, Vince. They want to go for basically the BetBoom take round towards the A side, where you go barreling in with a utility towards camera to block off the angle, but Siren holds strong.
Well, he's managed to negate that Molotov, though, but does he realize that Nafani's at the back of the site? He does! Nafani not able to do anything in return, and the Galil ripping through all 35 of its bullets in the magazine. Now replenished up from the A1S, Body tickling the bomb, trying to draw out the CTs from their hidey holes up in heaven. But nothing forthcoming as of yet. They have so much utility, though, Jackie. Like, half of the fight here, really, fnatic, is to get the bomb down, and after that point, there's tons of grenades going to be finding their way towards them.
And the offensive utility can do so much here. You can bank it off the walls and absolutely ruin the players back towards the bomb site. Afro has to be the game changer on this angle. He's playing on the lip of the smoke, but it's a panic spam rather than the clean connection. Body, he stayed on the bomb site, sat inside of the smoke. Oh, if he can play this right, Vince, there's a timeline where it could be absolutely massive. Issue is he's looking for the backstab while Zorte lurks towards heaven, spots the head. It's the second time we've seen BetBoom go for this boost. fnatic did not see it the first time, though, so they're unaware. And it pays off. The unorthodox angle catches them off guard, and they slay the Orpa. Ooh, Matty's playing around the edge of the smoke on that one. It was looking like he wanted to try and really poke the bear towards connector. Meanwhile, a bit of pressure added on middle. They're looking to fight back towards bottom connector with this. Nafany and Chiron pushing in. Oh, he's crisped right now, Vince. Chiron's looking like he could really start to cause some issues in this round.
It makes me think, if he's this powerful and this efficient when it comes to the CT aggression, imagine what he's going to be like when the roles reverse and he gets unleashed on T side. That could be a real pain in the backside for fnatic, but they're still in with a chance in this round. Body, though, misses his chance, and so will QB as Zorti.
Give us something to get kind of excited about, right? We were setting that storyline, because online he was an absolute demon. He was back to his old school cool. He's taking fights, he's taking names, Vince. I'd like to see him getting a bit more aggro. And aggression's what we're getting, but it's Body that causes issues at middle.
And Body's been a beast so far. 11 kills to his name. Manny's in the meanwhile watching for the flank, gets one.
Obviously a bit of a shabby buy in a few places, but this is one way to operate around it. Zorte with the boost, playing on the gap of the smoke, finds the initial peak as body's slain, but look at the damage done, Vince. Tons of chip damage back onto him.
Yeah, Matty's feeling the same effects though, as he will go down, and Siren with that USP gets aggressive. Traded back from Afro, but Zorte is still alive on a measly 12 HP, but they're going for the information play. They're going for the flank, shadow around the corner. Still, Zorte comes out second best, and it's that man, the Swede himself, Crims, that will put them into an advantageous position. Danist's and Kyron's positions, though, do they have a read of the situation? They do. Afro's watching the back, but although Kyron may have got one, he gets spotted and fragged down for fnatic 7th.
A 7th round then. Will it be a 5th for BetBoom? Or an 8th for the fnatic T-side debut here at the PGL RMRs. Zorte eating damage on this one, Vince. He goes down quickly. And Afro, innovative peek. He's seen the elbow. He knows he's close.
Yeah, and even though he missed the shot, he calls the information to his teammates, so they just run and gun Nafani down. He had no chance. Kyron again aggressive through the canals. But Crims is watching the peak. Timing is everything, and it's Crims on that wide swing. Shutting out Kyron. Siren was a dead man regardless of fnatic. So they got a point to prove here, Jackie, and they've got the rifles, they've got the weapons to do the talking for them. And that's exactly what Kyron does.
This gets really awkward now as well because Siren's actually got ahead. Crims ain't going to expect this. He thought Mattis had it covered, Vince, and suddenly everything's gone wrong. It's a landslide where fnatic are slipping down and Afro and Body are the only two that are left alive. Sure, they can somewhat cut off the rotations in terms of having connector and close mid covered, but the T's have got control of the bomb site. And in reality, you're thinking about holding on to what you've got rather than fighting them. Two-player peek in the canals. Afro still hits the shot.
They don't want to just be reactive in this round. They want to start to be proactive. And Afro, watching the back of Crims, will be rewarded in kind as Siren sent packing. Molly tossed in to the opener of B on this main side. Damage done. They would have heard the feet being singed and barbecued, and if not, the warning shots would have given it all away. And now Mattis comes in with 2 for mass kills, and that could have just secured this round.
Zorte, he fights back towards connector, but he's only good for 1, and now it's down to the brains of the operation to serve up success in a 1 versus 4 clutch. And he's scared, Vince. He's paranoid about the potential backstab that could be coming his way, but it's CT, B main and connector he needs to be thinking about. Dives his way through the smoke, being peppered with bullets. Afro's jumped on the bomb and he's zoned out. The round's gone.
Not allowing them to close the gap and get comfortable, and Mattis just peppers Zorte through the smoke. From bad to worse, as QB goes in for more, Mattis shuts it down, eviscerating this push. And Danis and Kyron, like, what can you feasibly do? Danis is at a shocker. Oh, no. Not like this.
That's a bad miss. And then it all goes wrong. Definitely doesn't help. And fnatic looking pretty drilled, to be honest with you. This man's been having a hell of a game. Only good for the first frag, but Crims will look to turn the tides. Stabbing back and forth towards middle, but falls. And it is a 3 versus 3. A winnable round, Vince, for BetBoom still. But it's not an easy one. QB's HE could actually be pretty lethal, and you've got the backstab for a Mattis. Oh, he can break the smoke with it, sure, but it's not right on target, so they bleed in through camera and take the site.
Yeah, just hit the side of the wall, unfortunately, but Afro, he's so quick in those engagements, man. He gets into these positions where you assume he's going to die because he's got the AWP and it's such an awkward spot, and then he just nails somebody instantly. And now a 3-on-2 retake. Danist's 2-14. He's had a really rough day at the office. From the neutral and me, I hope he does work here. I hope he gets some kills. I hate to see players have a rough time like this. However, realistically, fnatic are in prime position to get this done. The bomb is ticking away, though. Kyron may not need any backup. He is the one-man army they've been looking for. QB next up gets the kill, but there's not enough time. Kyron's done enough.
A second round where Kyron has been the linchpin of the A site.
Set up. Not required, though. They get aggressive instead. It's actually Crimson takes the initiative. 3 kills and a 4th as well. Winding back the ears and destroying BetBoom in the process. He gets the ace. He gets fnatic the win.